I think that's a really great idea, Jason. However, my business is different.
Tiffany, I hear that all the time. Business owners are always approaching me. I try and give them some good advice about what they can do, and they say, well, that might work for you, but my business is different.
But my business is different.
No, it's not, Tiffany.
So hi, I'm Tiffanie Kellog, trainer with Incentive, joined by Jason Avery, who is a trainer with Incentive, and he also has Constructing Success, and he works with general contractors, tradespeople, to really help them maximize their business. And so why is my business not different?
Well, Tiffany, every business is a factor of the same general components, and it's all your financial statement. And how many of you are actually reviewing your financial statement every single month?
Wait. What do you mean financial statements?
Well, there's a bunch of numbers on a piece of paper, and it says if you're making any money or not.
Oh, we're supposed to look at that on a monthly basis?
On a monthly basis. That's how you make the critical decisions in your business. First, you have to understand what's the factors that are involved.
Okay.
You can't change the overall outcome, the bottom line number, just by wishing it to happen, but you can adapt all of the little numbers that go into the equation that makes that big number possible. So right from the top, you have revenue. How do you get your revenue? You get it from average sales and close ratios.
Okay.
That's true in every business.
All right.
They might vary the percentage, they might vary the dollar amount, but every business has a close ratio from the leads that it receives to those that it converts into sales, and it has an average sale. How much product or service do you put out to any one customer at any one time?
Okay.
Can you change those numbers?
You can put out more if you can get people to buy more.
Yes.
Okay.
I affected my average sale by just bringing up the bottom. I decided that I was no longer going to take some of those smaller jobs, and for that reason, my average sale was higher across the board.
Gotcha.
If I want to affect my close ratio some, I learned in Room Full of Referrals that by understanding behavioral styles, I could actually pair up the prospect with the right salesperson who was going to relate best right out of the gates. They were going to provide either as much information or as little information as going to make that client comfortable, and now we start to close at a slightly higher percentage.
Excellent.
All of these little factors that go into that financial can be affected, and each one of them is going to put an impact to the bottom line. So after we have our revenue, we take away our cost of goods sold. Mm-hmm. That's our labor, that's our materials, that's what goes into making the sale possible. That's the stuff that we can account to just one individual client, one individual account. Okay? After we've taken away the cost of goods sold, we have overhead. Right? So the number before the overhead is what we call your margin. When people say margin, that's what they're talking about.
Okay.
Do you have a 20% margin, a 30% margin? What's left over after you paid for the labor and material?
Okay.
And now we deduct that overhead to get to the bottom line. That's your net profit.
Gotcha. And so you're telling me that it really doesn't matter what business we're in. It is about the net profit.
Every business needs a net profit, or it won't be a business for very long.
Well, now what about like the non-profits or not-for-profits? Because sometimes you're like, oh, but we're different in the referral world. But still, whether you're measuring people, donations, volunteers, however you're doing it, it's still about...
It's still about balancing an equation. You still have to have that balance sheet work out. You still have to have revenue, you still have a cost of goods sold, you still have an overhead.
Gotcha.
The goal is we're going to try and budget things accordingly so that that bottom line number is zero.
Okay.
If we have a little extra money at the end of the year, maybe we're contributing a donation into another charity of a sort.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so very much. And so if you're thinking your business is different, it may be, but it's not. So thanks for being here today. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany, I hear that all the time.
And?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were turning over.
Oh, no. We're just chatting. Take two. Anyway.